children getting COVID.
I mean, stop restricting us. It's a form of discrimination. Like, look,
Seriously.
look, we're gays and we don't know better.
We don't know the rules. Okay. I'm sure that they're clearly defined, but I haven't read them. I haven't done a goddamn
Not looked at a single thing. Not looked at a thing. Nope, never. Oh, we got a new subscriber 6 days ago.
Do they appear to be some sort of YouTube agent?
Get off our backs, YouTube. We're gonna be fine. We'll Hi, see. YouTube. Hi, everybody. Hi. Look, we are not restricted. We are back to regular programming because we're winners here.
Yeah, and it just goes to show that it was false information that we were spreading false information. Turns out we are purveyors of the truth. Purveyors
of truth, honesty, the American way. Hold on. I was just like,
hold on.
So my TV is on and Whoopi is over my shoulder. And
chatting.
I have to turn that off because it's distracting when you see another person over here, another set of shoulders. You know what I mean? It makes me nervous.
It's in your screen? She was in your screen?
No, my television.
What were they talking about on The View?
No, The View is on hiatus.
Because of the writer's strike?
No, because of the summer.
Oh.
Yeah. Although Kelly and Mark came back today, and I love them. Just love them.
Were they on hiatus because of the writer's strike?
No. Summer. Huh. They were on vacation in Greece. Just two sexy couple, just as two sexy human beings hanging out in Greece, like hiking. Nice. Like, I love that Mark Consuelos. He's a hottie.
He's a hottie. I would have liked if they were like, we're taking a vacation to Greece. And what they really were doing were just home rehearsing the musical to Greece. Not for anything. Not just for, that's what their vacation is. He wears a leather jacket. She fucks him in the
ass. Kelly, Peg, and Mark.
She's ripping it up, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I love it. Well, listen, should we do a show?
We're gonna need more grease, he says. Yeah, what are we talking about? Yeah, I'm all good. I think I have an opening. My brain's a little slow today. It's these damn 9:30 show we're doing now. It's a different story altogether.
Well, to be fair, it's 10. So
to be fair, it was American Independence Day last night, and I had to drink 1 bottle of white wine and 1 bottle of blue wine and 1 bottle of red wine. For America.
What a patriot. All right, let's give you a 3.
No, I don't have one yet. Let me think about it for one more second. I had one, but it's not fully in my brain yet.
Here we go. This is why you want to see us live on YouTube, so you can witness the process. That's right, the process of how this show works. You know, the pressure that we put on Casey because he wants to do the openers.
Do you have one?
I never have one. I don't even think about it anymore. It's not even on the forefront of my brain. It's like the write-up. I never think about it.
Good. I'm happy that there are things that you don't have to think about.
Until it's not done. And then I have to type one in, and it's literally gay podcast with Tony Soto and Casey Live. I can't do it all. Oh, ow.
Oh, you can't do it all. Like raise both of your arms over your head.
Right? Oh, I'm like John McCain.
Yeah.
Half of me is like John McCain.
You got it. All right, I can do this.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right. Listen, let's see. Let's call her bluff. See if she can actually do this with a 3, a 2.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Gay Power Half Hour, the only gay podcast on the internet that's just like American Independence, because you have to admit that originally we're not really for everyone. With Casey Lai and your other founding father over there, Tony Soto.
Hey sis, I'm Tony Soto. Listen, I think that we are reaching new audience members. Last week there were 11 views when on our YouTube channel, and I think that that's growth.
That is certainly growth. We've gone to 11, as they say. But also, Tony, every time that you mention our numbers, I would love it if you added at least 10.
Yes, so 11-0 is what we got.
It's a 110.
You want me to lie about something that they can easily go check for themselves if they clicked on our link?
I have a feeling it would bring up our numbers if we had more people fact checking our numbers. So feel free to go
come
and
fact check our numbers. Come and check. Maybe I'm lying. Maybe we got way less. Maybe I did. Maybe I was padding it for fucking Casey Lie's sake, because it's not like she goes and checks. So,
happy 4th of July, 7-4. We have 9 to 11 viewers on our YouTube page.
I mean, but you can check us out live. Listen, listeners, it's easy. Or not even live. Go watch some of the fucking last episodes on our YouTube, which is the Gay Power Half Hour on YouTube. It's very easy. Just go check us out and look and see how cute we are. So
if we get up to 110 YouTube viewers, I'll take off my shirt on YouTube. Will that bring in the people?
I don't know that it will. I don't know that it will. But you know what? Who knows? The world is on fire and topsy-turvy. So wait, are you saying that you celebrated America yesterday?
I was outside. Does that count?
Was there a red, white, and blue anything around where you were? Did you see fireworks?
Yeah, I went to a place and someone I didn't know. It was also his birthday, I think today or tomorrow, and he brought his own fireworks. It's hard to live in LA
and brought his own fireworks. That's annoying.
Like they were like flary fire things.
Yeah,
and that made large sounds.
I hate it. I hate the fireworks.
But in LA, I've never lived in a place. I mean, I've lived here for 9 years now and I know it, but it's always like, I kind of always forget that like fireworks there's not just like a firework event. It is a full night of nonstop fireworks.
Yeah, no, there's not an event at all. Like it's like, well, there's like events on like the oceanside areas.
Oceanside areas after the Dodgers game.
Oh yeah, the Rose Bowl had something, but there was like a game there or something. But I mean, you don't need to go to anything like that, because I went up on my roof, and it looked like a mini war zone everywhere, just smoke. You know what? I'm not into the firework aspect of it. I went into like this little deep dive about the way they get the colors of those things is by using toxic chemicals.
Well, you can really smell and taste it in the air afterwards.
So the thing is like so have you heard about the new thing they're trying to transition to, which is like, drone shows? Have you seen a drone show? Do you know about these?
There was one deep in from where we were observing the toxic chemical explosions. I mean, the American Forest celebrations. From where we were viewing it, there was our friend Ray actually was like, "Oh, there's going to be a giant drone thing," and way off in the distance, we could actually see the spinning giant drone display. And it was somewhere in the Western Hollywood area, or maybe it was downtown. I don't remember. I don't know. My head was a little turned. It's hard to, when you're looking everywhere. The fireworks are on. Like I said, one bottle of red, one bottle of white, one bottle of blue. A tasteful American.
Literally, just a whole bottle of blue curacao.
Nothing says American independence like jamming a sugary liqueur. Yeah, but anyway, I don't know. There's some, we were having that conversation amongst us. I was like, what happens if we go to drones, and some people were adamantly for it and some people were adamantly against it. And that's because there were the weed smokers and the drinkers needed more explosions.
I mean, it's just very funny that we were like, no, we want to absolutely breathe the fucking remnants of that for, days after. I mean, it's cloudy outside, but it's not supposed to be cloudy. It's literally just fucking haze smoke. That's what it is. It's like a fucking, and here's the thing, like I was watching some like audience reactions because they had a local drone show somewhere in the Southern California area. There was like a drone show. I think it's important if you want to have something where there's a lot of trees. I think it's a good fucking choice. But people were like, they're mixed, as they always are. Everyone's always split on fucking something. And the ones who were against it, they're like, oh yeah, I just like the fucking sounds. And it's like, you know what? I want to be able to hear when gunshots are happening and not be like, ooh, is that fireworks first? You know what I mean? And that's what drone shows are going to be, because they're quiet as fuck. You know what I mean? Put a little band in the background. It'll be a lot easier to distinguish when the next mass shooter comes and fucking shoots up an area.
How will we know that it's like the 4th of July if there aren't giant explosions that lead to every car in a 7-block radius is alarm going off? How will we know to celebrate?
Every dog leaving little piddle stains all over the place because every pop makes them scared a little and they pee. Like, come on. It just shows how stunted we are mentally as a country, that like that and with the amount of fires that are happening. Oh wait, can we give a shout out to weather again, please? Shout out to weather.
I have a quick question, just not to backtrack too far. You said piddle. Is that it? Do you associate piddle with dogs, or is that just like a little bit of pee? I've never heard you say piddle before.
Well, no, it's a dog thing.
My grandmother used to say before.
I would never say human.
Don't forget.
Piddle.
She said my grandmother used to say, "Don't forget to go make piddle," and I haven't heard piddle from another human being in a long time.
Piddle? What is
go piddle? Go piddle before you go to bed.
Yeah, you said it to dogs, or that's what you refer to when you're talking to dogs. I would never tell a human to piddle, because if a human is piddling in front of me, I'll be like, "Why are you pissing?"
Well, I'm to be like, oh, I'm not. I'm piddling. My grandma has told me to go piddle.
I made piddle.
My grandmother told me to go piddle on you. She feels a certain way about you. Okay. Anyway, just carrying on. Yeah, my dog didn't piddle, but she certainly hated her July 4th.
Well, a lot of people didn't get to experience a really good July 4th because there was like massive flooding on the East Coast, lots of rain, Coney Island. Someone was struck by lightning at Coney Island, but. In perfect fashion, and the way where, we know that Mother Nature doesn't like what you're doing. It rained out the hot dog eating contest. So that was canceled for a brief moment. Of course, America rose above, and they ultimately did shove hot dogs into their gullets. But it was postponed for a while. The fatties had to wait,
But the skinnies seem to win that thing now, like that.
Yeah. The audience people watching it. Because listen, there was a lot of videos, and it was just a lot of people running, a lot of mass.
I have a question with that. Like, why do you watch that? Like, is it like NASCAR, where like I assume you watch because you want to see some explosion and people die, some crash? Like that's why you watch NASCAR. Otherwise, you're just watching cars go round and round and round. Do you watch hot dog eating contests to watch someone throw up or have a heart attack? Is that what you're there for?
I think the stats are low on that. I think you're more likely to see a crash at NASCAR than you are to see. They have a way that they swallow them and shit, Listen, the fact that I hate to admit this, but I have met a competitive eater.
I love that for you.
And
I'm not shocked.
And and they referred to it as training, and I'm just like, all right.
But what part? The eating? You were at
like. What?
Like swallowing is training?
The whole eating process. And I'm just like, first of all, okay, all drag is valid. So I'm not going to fucking come. I'm not gonna yuck your yum. But what I am
This is a competitive eating drag queen?
No. No. They're not a drag queen. That's just a general statement. But what I say when I'm supposed to respect something, I'm always like, yeah.
I was like, I know meatball too.
Yeah. No. But I'm just like, okay, fine. Everyone has to have a thing. But my question is always, but why was that your thing? Because I can't imagine things were going well in your life that I can't imagine how far down you were that competitive eating saved you. You know what I mean?
I agree. I don't, and again, not here to yuck anyone's overindulgent yum, But I will say it is like, I just don't understand seeing someone like eat 56 hot dogs in a row and be like, oh, I can eat 57.
I mean, it's like also, it's like if you think about it, yeah, right. I could beat that.
I could eat that.
Also, it's like where are we as a country where food assistance, like food pantries and all this fucking shit are in such dire need right now. There's so many people who are going hungry that we want to watch people overindulge on encased meat. Like it just, and also like the same thing like with TikTok and shit, where you know people think it's fun to like show videos of them eating takeout and like, you know, or overeating just plates of food for. I'm like, what kind of message is this sending? It's very, very backwards. Like I want, you know, even the poorest kid nowadays has a cell phone and can watch that shit. You know, it reminds me of a scene from a movie. What was that? It's a Christmas movie, but there's just like one scene back and it's like set in the 80s. This like little homeless kid is like hanging out beside in front of a McDonald's as everyone's like just shoving greasy food in their face. That's what we're doing. You can just see that and be hungry and sad that you're hungry. It's like very,
yeah. I mean, you know, and how hard is it to cook? I mean, it's not hard to cook 5,000 hot dogs to have 10 people sit down and try to consume them all. Cook them and give them to the kids outside of Coney Island who aren't getting struck by lightning, who are living through this nightmare. You know. Also, did you see that like are you a roller coaster person?
Oh, listen, I do like a good roller coaster as long as it doesn't go backwards. The moment it goes backwards, I get sick. But
did you see one got stuck upside down?
Listen, roller coasters are in the news. The one in Wisconsin that got stuck upside down, yes. But then did you see the fucking big one that had like a literal crack on the fucking? Like,
oh, I read about that.
The track was not connected to the post that's connected to the ground. Like every time the fucking roller coaster passed it, it just like went apart. And I'm just like, that crack looked cracked for like a moment. You know what I mean? It didn't look like it was just cracked, you know? So like who's inspecting?
No, I know. Call me crazy, you know, but I want my roller coasters to be rolling and a coasting, not cracking and a hanging upside down. And they're not called cracky hanging upside downers. They're called roller coasters.
4 hours upside down, and that was Wisconsin one. Could you imagine? I had a fucking splint on for 3 days before I took it off. I'm not a good patient, and I'm not a good person when it comes to like being patient. If I was upside down, they had to like climb. Rescuers had to climb up, and it's look. Kids got trapped in a cave for days. They had to swim in, you know. And then Elon Musk called them pedophiles. Whatever. Remember that? He was a good guy. Anyway, like, you know, that's bad. Crazy rescues happen, but like to have to wait upside down on 4th of July, no less, when you're supposed to be eating 76 hot dogs and watching things get blown up. I just feel bad for, no one, because you're dumb to go on things. I feel like roller coasters I'm not into roller coasters for this reason, because you don't like them.
I don't think they're I don't think. I one time was on, I've told the story before. I was on a plane. The windshield cracked. We had to fly at 10,000 feet across the country to land. And I thought for most of that time that I was going to die, just because, you know, me. And so I just like the idea of having to be trapped for 4 hours upside down waiting to die, because you know, it's like some 17-year-old who fucking runs, who's the head of safety at like a Six Flags or whatever, is going to come and like, you know, try and rescue you. I'm not here for that. So I don't need the momentary thrill. There are enough mini panics during the day that I don't need the momentary thrill of a roller coaster.
I want to know the criteria of the job of inspector every morning, because here's the thing. As someone when growing up, like our vacation was the St. Louis Six Flags. Like that was our vacation. Right. Like we would go, we would like get a hotel just outside of it, not in it. I don't think you can stay in a Six Flags, but like just outside, you know, in true Mexican fashion, we would make ham and mayonnaise sandwiches that we would take into the fucking place. But like, that was our thing. And roller coasters were the shit. And it's like, I cannot think of a more horrendous way to go. You know what I mean? Like through like some kind of a malfunction on a carnival, right? Or like that's carnival shit. You should expect this kind of shit at carnivals, like not theme parks.
No, And in my mind, I just feel like all of those things are just it's just an accident waiting to happen. Again, I don't know. I don't want to die I don't want to go from screaming glee to screaming terror.
So would you bungee? Would you bungee?
I have zero desire to fall.
Yeah, me too.
There are just certain things where people are like, oh, skydiving. It's just one of those things where, embrace your fears or like face your fears. I don't need to fall out of a plane. That is my fear. And I don't need to live it. And with the hope of like, because I'll be thinking all the way till the parachute comes out, not, oh my God, it's amazing. I'll be thinking that that parachute better fucking come out.
And what's this whole fucking, why are we hugging fear? Like, why do we gotta hug it? Like, I don't understand. Listen, it's okay to be scared of something. And it's okay. It's like, if you're scared of snakes, avoid them. You can avoid them. It's perfectly fine. And for someone, just because you're not scared of a certain thing, that's the whole thing about like humans. It's like, if you don't share, it's like me and thinking like, peanut allergies were just like a white people thing. Right. But like if it doesn't affect you, then you minimize it. And typically it's like, there's no one who I find more annoying to be next to than someone scared. You know what I mean? And we dragged them into that situation and now we have to deal with it. It's like every time I ever go to a haunted house, I always become the fucking shield to everyone who didn't want to come in the first place. Well, you shouldn't answer the text.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is not the way the show was directed to.
Are we over?
No, not at all. No.
I was like, Jesus.
So I'm just saying we're well and halfway through. And we haven't even got to
cocaine in the White House.
We can start there. Sure, absolutely. I know that you're itching to fucking talk about some cocaine and all. Well, obviously Biden had Hunter over.
That's misinformation, YouTube. I don't want to say
yeah. No, that did not happen. So, well, there was a white substance that they think is cocaine, which I'm like, listen, Secret Service, don't act like you don't know that it's cocaine.
Just take a taste and see what happens.
Yeah, don't act like you didn't drop it. You know what I mean? it's like that's a tough job. You got to be alert. But cocaine being found in the White House, in the Oval Office area. Is that right? Am I right in saying that?
Oh, I actually don't know. Was it in the Oval Office? If it made its way into the Oval Office, that is.
I thought I heard. No. I'm sorry. It was in the where the like it was close to where the press meets or something like that.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Which it's like, it's got to be a reporter. It's OAN or Newsmax. Because they hate themselves. So they're just hoove and blow, going asking their nonsense questions.
Yeah, no, because you got to be pretty hopped up. I feel like that is we're gonna peel back the I don't know, the curtain one day, and we are gonna figure out that like much of the right wing GOP movement in the Trump era has been fueled by cocaine, because you have to have that kind of hubris. Cocaine helps with you. That's like when that guy Prigozhin went to go take down Putin. I have a feeling he was hopped up on a lot lot of cocaine. Because he was just like, I have a great idea. I need to get rid of these 2 military generals, and the only way I can do it is march on Moscow. All right, there's a warrior fighting Ukraine, you cokehead. Maybe just like stick to doing that.
Yeah, but and when the dictator from Belarus had to be like, listen, dude, I know this shit's good, but you got to calm down. You got to calm down. You get a little crazy.
Come here, live in Minsk, and you can, detox a little bit. We'll just do cocaine, but you can't do any more of that meth shit that you've been doing. You tried to overthrow Putin. He doesn't like that. Same thing with the Trump era, but it's easy. It's not a good look for a White House whose main issue that the other side has is that their son is a gun wielding crack maniac. Occasionally used to be.
But also, I question this kind of shit, man. Like, I question this kind of. First of all, this is not the first time cocaine has been in the White House. All right, so let's just stop. We had plenty of decades where cocaine was readily available and used. So I don't want, this is like residue. You know what I mean? Get out of here with residue. Tell me when you find pounds, bro. Tell me when you fucking open up the goddamn press room and open up a closet, or, at some point Biden's giving a speech and gets befuddled and forgets which door to exit, and he opens the cocaine room door. Like, then call me. You know,
and then all the people in the cocaine room are like, "You didn't see anything, old man. They won't believe you anyway." And then they shut it.
Yeah. And truthfully, he didn't see them because he was looking down the whole time anyway. So come on, like this is such a this. If this becomes bigger than like 4 days in the news, then the Republicans are grasping at the straws because it was a Republican plant. If they get on this hard, they drop the blow.
I mean, it is like if the Republicans are willing to search harder for who had the cocaine in the White House than they are for like who leaked the Dobbs decision or who like, you know, we
know so many who that was. The guy who wrote it.
Sammy Alito, Cokie Roberts, and it's Cokie Roberts. Because we know the coke would have been hers. Yeah, I find it hard to believe it would be Hunter's too if he's just like walking around. But the fact that it did get through security clearance, the fact that you could that is a little. They're checking like. I imagine they're checking your shit at the White House.
It's not hard to sneak a baggie of blow in anywhere. Like, you know, I remember one time when we went to Mexico. Like we went into Mexico and met a Mexican person who then drove us back over the border to go to South Padre Island, Texas. But we bought Coke in Mexico first. And I just put the baggies in my wallet, and we did get stopped at the border because they were like, why are these 3 white folks doing with this like Mexican guy?
Isn't it amazing that this show got banned from YouTube for a day?
Well, this is all true. This is all true story.
I gotcha. Yeah.
But there's no alleged here. But like literally the guy, the border agent went into my pockets, pulled out my wallet, you know, didn't find a thing. So it's not hard to be sneaking coke into places.
Into the greatest party of all, the White House. Yeah, I get it.
And do you think that Biden's not watching Hunter? Like, that's the thing, too. How dare you think that Biden is so backwards that when Hunter's over, he's like, we're keeping an eye on him. I love him. He's my boy. We're watching him.
I would hope
that happening.
I would hope there's a Secret Service agent or two who's slapping the bags out of his hands when he's like, I just need one to get by. It's been a really stressful couple of years. The weight of the world is on my shoulders. Yeah. I have to overthrow Putin.
Nothing funny about addiction.
Nothing funny about addiction. Oh God. Yeah, I am sorry. I would also imagine that Biden was like Hunter, like, you got to look me in the eyes right now. Like, if it's yours, we got to get on top of this. But you tell me it's not fucking yours.
Listen, no people do hiding your fucking family's addictions and problems better than
the Irish
fucking Catholics. All right, like there is nothing easier than like. It's all every time you fucking watch a documentary about some kind of a murder, it comes from a fucking person from a big family where everyone was like, we all love each other in pictures. But in real life, Hunter's getting hit upside the head. There's no question.
Yeah.
Spoil the child, spare the rod, spoil the child. Biden believes that.
Yeah. I mean, also, I don't know, maybe it's easier to fall through the cracks when your dad's the president of the United States, but also whatever.
But the Trumps, I mean, like, and listen, I know that I hate whataboutism just as much as everybody else. But what about the fucking Trump kids? Like, just sacks of fucking useless flesh. As useless as the Supreme Court. All right, and they're their consistent journey to remove rights from any and all people that are not rich whites.
Yeah, the Supreme Court. We were talking about
because affirmative action takes away from a lot of fucking white ladies too. So
it certainly does. And that's, I mean, like the 3 liberal lions of the left on the Supreme Court are doing the work and putting in the dissents and making it all clear how absurd this is. But there were 3 big cases last week, which we were kind of alluding to, waiting for them to be released, and it was the affirmative action, gay, can Christian Christian marriage websites fucking discriminate against gays? Yes. And then can there be student debt relief? No.
Have you seen this woman's work? Have you seen the woman's work that did the gay thing?
No.
There are no gay people that would want work that shoddy. Here's the thing about gay people. We know graphic designers. You know what I mean? We know web designers. Like, we know we're gay people. We all have a website. You know what I mean? Like, don't act like we don't fucking know. We're not going to you to watch so you could do something with 6 different fonts with hearts in the background.
The thing is, no gay person went to her. It was a complete hypothetical situation. So if we're like, I get, that's, I guess, what legal theory is.
He worked for Hillary. Did you know him?
Who?
This fucking gay guy who started it all. The straight guy who is also a web designer who is named in the suit that went to the Supreme Court is used to work for the Hillary campaign.
Oh, no, I mean, I just thought he didn't exist. Once they said he wasn't gay, I was like, I'm not interested.
No, he does exist. And that's the thing, too. And like, listen, I think what people don't understand is how many steps it takes to get to the Supreme Court. You know what I mean? And this is the implications that we're seeing about like Trump. And even in 4 years, they're like, oh, what damage can he do in 4 years? He can make it so that fucking he has all these judge appointments, and a hypothetical situation brought on by a lying bitch in Colorado fast-tracked its way all the way to the Supreme Court, when in reality it shouldn't have made it past a circuit court.
It's a circus court. It's insane. It's John. John Roberts is. I want to root for John Roberts sometimes when he's like up against. He's trying to fucking like, show Alito and Thomas that they're fucking idiots, and that they're just like impulsive right wing zealots. And I want to root for him when he wants to save the legitimacy of the Supreme Court. But then he fucking makes decisions like this. He's a free speech zealot, just like all the rest of them. And it's like the thing that drives me crazy about this, because again, I'm on the side of like, this woman, no gay is going to go to this shitty woman's website. And in fact, they're talking about like, separate but equal when it comes to art. Yeah, we're going to have the gays are going to have the better art, like all these Christian artists who don't want to do anything gay, like, let them, all of their art's going to look like the 19 and counting TLC shows hair, like
100. Yeah, no,
it's scary.
100%. It's all going to look cheap and bad. And who fucking cares? And, here's the thing too, shout out to Arizona real quick, because the governor of Arizona came out and said that, they're not going to change their fucking. They're like, if you feel like you are discriminated against because you are gay against a company, you fucking let me know, because she's going to still pursue that shit. Because here's the thing, all it takes is fucking the Supreme Court is so crap. Like what are they going to do?
Well, but my point on was like this case was very also specific. It basically was about like website design. They wrote it very narrowly, but it does become. So are you going to hear every case now about photography? Are you going to hear every case where some fucking Christian artist who is discriminated against by no one, who there's no injury to anyone in this scenario whatsoever? So it's just going to be a thread of hypotheticals taking away our rights bit by bit. And that is like, what is this slippery slope?
I'm excited.
We love a good loophole.
I mean, like, don't think that people aren't going to find loopholes to make them look dumb in this situation. You know what I mean? Like, there's going to be people out there that are like, oh shit, all right, well, look, according to what you said, and it's going to come around and make them look real fucking dumb, because that's what hate does. If you hate someone for just existing, it makes you do dumb, irrational, stupid things that ultimately come back and slap you in the face. Like, I was reading a fucking headline about so DeSantis in Florida has ended permanent alimony. Like, so, which means that ex-wives are no rich Floridian ex-wives, rich white Floridian ex-wives that are living off of alimony they've been getting off of their divorced husbands for fucking decades. That's over, bitch. That's over. And you know what? You did that. And this is the thing. It's going to be the same thing with this. Like,
I'll tell you who's going to move out of that state in about 4 years, Melania Trump, because she's going to want that permanent alimony.
Yeah. She's like, let's go to California where it's 50-50.
Come on, Baron.
Well, 50-50 of crap is still crap. Well, Casey, we've come to the end of the show.
What a roller coaster.
What a roller coaster that did not go off the tracks, not even once.
Nope.
That's right. This is we're made in America. God damn it.
No one needed to be rescued at all.
Living in America. Why doesn't anyone do that James Brown song? Like, you never hear that a lot during the 4th of July. Like, if you're gonna give me James Brown's Living in America.
So good.
If that's how, otherwise I'm not celebrating the bullshit. You know what I mean?
I mean, you're not celebrating one.
He's like, huh?
Yeah, it's a great song. Was that Rocky 2? Was it Rocky 2?
Yeah.
So good.
So. Yeah.
So good.
Anyway, Casey, tell people what you're doing.
You can see me at the Good Heroin Comedy Show on Saturday here in Los Angeles, Echo Park on the 18th. You can see me in Pasadena on the 15th at the something show. But that'll be on my Instagram, Casey Ley. No one's using Twitter anymore. We didn't even talk about that, but no one's using Twitter anymore because you can't.
I mean, yeah, it's dead.
It's offensive. But that's about it for now. Tony, what about you?
Well, if you're in the Southern California area and you're looking for something to do, come out to Precinct on July 9th and join Meatball and I for the next installment of Box Stars.
Oh, fun.
It's from 4 to 9 p.m. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to give the best go-go person $300 cash. So that way they can hopefully spend money on cocaine that doesn't have fentanyl in it.
Don't bring it to the White House. They're looking.
Also, come out on July 10th to Akbar for the 8th anniversary of Learn the Words, Bitch, hosted by yours truly. It's going to be a little different with the times because there's a show prior. So it's going to be sign up at 9 and show time at 9:30. And our guest judges are going to be Solomon Giorgio and Joel Kim Booster. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Come out, celebrate 8 years of a silly show. And I am the Tony Soto Show on Instagram and TikTok. And if you want to follow me, anything drag is Tony Soto Productions on Instagram. And that's it. That's all the fucking business. We'll be back again next week with more gay shit. Look at this fabulous. Well,
the wrist is still moving delightfully homosexual.
The wrist is wristing.
The yellow is a 10.
All right, calm down.
Repress.
Bye.